Hey and welcome, Kimberly Castleberry here with JustAskKim.com. And today we're going to take a look at a WordPress plugin called PrettyLink. Now PrettyLink has two versions. It has a Lite or a free version that's available in the WordPress repository, and it also has a Pro version. And today we're going to take a look at the Lite version. Now in some prior blog posts we've taken a look at methods available to WordPress for affiliate link tracking, and also for auto keyword embedding. And we looked at Go codes, and we looked at SEO smart links, and we discussed some other options. And the next piece of the puzzle for most people is to start looking at PrettyLink. Let me walk you through PrettyLink Lite and show you what's available to you so you know what you've got available as free tools before deciding which professional tools you need, okay? So I'm on the page for PrettyLink, and I'm just going to leave that for the moment, and we're going to go to our WordPress dashboard. And here I am. I'm in just a test installation, and I'm going to click Add New. I'm in the WordPress dashboard under Plugins, Add New, and here I'm going to type PrettyLink. And I'm going to type that. I believe that goes in as 2 words, not 1. There we go. Okay, it has to be 2. If you use it as 1 word, it won't come up. The repository is pretty picky. And I'm going to click Install Now. And it says, yes, I want to install this plugin. And I want to activate the plugin. And now that I've activated the PrettyLink plugin, down here on the left-hand side at the bottom of the settings bar, you'll see a new little entry called PrettyLink. And majority of the settings live there. However, we also have up in the dashboard view, we have a quick add. So at times when we want to add PrettyLinks on the fly, when we want to cloak a link really quickly just to get some tracking set up just real quick, this entry in the dashboard is really going to be your friend. You're going to like this a lot. You don't have access to all the features from here, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But definitely keep an eye that this is here because you'll come to like that. Now we're going to come back down on the left-hand side under Settings. And here under Settings, we have a number of things. And by default, there's an autoplay video there. Oh, that actually doesn't autoplay. Just a video there. And by default, you see that PrettyLink is telling us that the WordPress blog must have custom permalinks enabled. Now, majority of people running WordPress, some of the first setup steps they do is to enable custom permalinks. So if you haven't already enabled that, you need to do that before this plugin, and any plugin of this class will work for you. However, if your blog is existing, if you've got, 20, 30 posts, be aware that you're going to need a redirection plugin to run as soon as you change your permalink structure, or else all the links that are out in circulation in social media to your existing posts will quit working. Okay, so don't take changing the permalink lightly if your blog is already up and running. That should have been a first step in your blog setup. So now I've come real quickly to the settings for this blog under permalink. I've set the custom structure to the custom structure that I use on my blogs, and I'm going to click Save Changes real quick. And this is just going to enable that so we can get back to business. So once that saves, I'm going to come back to the PrettyLink settings. Now here in the PrettyLink settings, the little tutorial video is actually pretty helpful, and there's quite a few tutorials out on his site. So if you get stuck anywhere, be sure that you watch the little tutorial stuff. They're really handy. Blair's done a really good job with coding those. Blair Williams is the developer and designer behind this plugin, and he's done a really great job and does a really good job of supporting the community. Now, because we talked about using PrettyLink to cloak affiliate links, it's important that we understand some limitations between PrettyLink Lite and PrettyLink Pro. PrettyLink Pro brings a whole lot of tools to the market, a whole lot of tools to the industry for affiliates that aren't really needed for the average person using WordPress, okay? When you start moving into having affiliate links, however, it often is best to do what is called cloaking or masking, which is to stop a link, a redirection link, from showing where it really goes. And the reason that's done is to prevent the ID being stripped off of the affiliate link. We talked about that earlier in this series. We talked about why why link cloaking and link masking is really important. Pretty Link Lite does not allow that, okay? If it did, it would not be allowed in the WordPress repository. Those plugins have been banned from the WordPress repository because they were viewed as, you know, something that the general public has pushed back against. I'm not sure that I agree with that. I'm not sure that I agree with, you know, how that was handled. That's another matter. The Pretty Link Lite plugin will, however, handle redirections very nicely. And so let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to Pretty Link. And we're going to click Add New. And here we're just going to create a link I'm going to create a link that goes to my Facebook page. And with Facebook, you couldn't use cloaking or masking anyways, okay? If I cloaked it or masked it, Facebook is going to have a fit. It identifies that as a redirection, and it does not let you cloak a Facebook link, okay? Well, you can, but then you get this little error message thing. So we can't do that. But we're going to say, okay, here's our URL. And for this URL, we have helpdesk.justaskkim.com. Don't worry about, you know, this. This is the base domain that your blog runs on. And then we have some entry, something at the tail end. Now, by default, if I use this little 3-letter code is auto-generated. However, we can write something very custom here. I could go, you know, helpdesk.com or helpdesk.justaskkim.com / I could go fan page, and I could use that one. Or I even can insert slash structure. So I could go FB/AskKim. Okay, if I had multiple fan pages, I could do that. I could do Just Ask Kim, and I could do Syndication Alliance, you know, and I could just do all these, and I could create any slash structure there I wanted. And so often what I do with affiliate links to keep them separate from my blog posts so that I can have affiliate links with the same ID as a blog post, I do recommends and then some version of the name. So, okay, it doesn't really work for Facebook here, but say I had an affiliate link here. Let's say that was an affiliate link to HostGator. Then I would do recommend/HostGator. And you can see how that makes a pretty well-structured link. Works very nicely. You can put an unlimited number of slashes in there, but eventually you're going to run out of characters, and eventually it's just going to be plain obnoxious, and you didn't achieve anything. Okay, as I said, in the Lite, we're not getting cloaking. So, you know, just keep it memorable. And what you'll like over time is because you always use the recommend structure, or maybe use the go structure. Maybe use /go/HostGator. Or maybe you use /for/HostGator. As long as you're consistent, you'll start to memorize the process. And somebody will say, what is your Aweber link? And you'll say, mydomain.com/recommend/Aweber. And they'll say, what is your thesis link? And you'll say, mydomain.com/recommend/thesis. And there'll be no more memorizing of these long, obnoxious things that all affiliate links really are. And so this is going to help you save your sanity. Now, we're going to come under link options here. Now, remember that we're in the Lite, so we're missing some things that will be in the Pro that we'll look at later. But we have the option to set up groups. And if we've done that, that has to be done before you're creating the link. And it's down here on the left-hand side under settings, there's groups. So you can set up groups. They aren't real evolved. Okay, groups really could use some work. But you can go ahead and set up groups and, you know, put them in there. And maybe I'd put, if I had a bunch of Facebook pages I was managing, maybe I'd put, you know, a group called Facebook Pages. And I'd put that in the group. Then we have 2 redirection types for Pretty Link Lite. We have temporary and permanent. I do usually also mark no follow this link. However, since it's a domain-based link, there's not any proof that this helps. But I mark it anyways just because it's not going to hurt anything. All right, makes sense? And we're going to fill in the title. The title is what will go in the upper navigation bar of the browser. What they'll see is the page. Well, it's technically the title of the page, but it'll show at the top of the browser. And we're going to do, you know, Kimberly Castleberry. So if I can type Facebook page. Okay, whatever you want to show up there. It can be keywords, it can be a call to action, it can be whatever, but that's what they see. Now the description is for you. Okay, so this is going to help you find it when you use the little search tool. This is going to help you look at the link and know what it's from. Because if it's just an obnoxious, maybe it's a share a sale link, you won't even know where it points unless you fill some useful stuff in both the title and the description. So I'm going to say, you know, actually I usually put, if the target isn't obnoxious, if the target tells me where it's going to go, I usually put the target in there. And I'm going to say, ask Kim FB fan page. And I'm adding some things that I might search for if I'd forgotten where this link was. And Facebook. Okay, and you can write quite a bit in there. That field's really useful, and I use it for notes. I use it for, also, if this was HostGator and there's a page that I have to go to get my affiliate link and to check on my affiliate link, I also put the affiliate management page in this description so that I always know how to get back here. Because sometimes I can't find them in my email. I can find the link. I've got the link in my dashboard, but I can't for the life of me remember how to get back to the affiliate tools. And so if you put that in here, you'll always have it handy. Really cool stuff. I'm just going to click Create Link. And now I'm going to come back to, here I am in the Pretty Links, the primary view. And what we see here is we have a couple things. The little T tells us that this is a temporary redirection. I hover that, temporary 307. The next one says that the link is set to no follow. The next one, if I click it, will take me to the actual target. So in this case, will take me to, I typed that as my domain name, so that ain't even going to go. Okay, the third one from the right will take us to the actual target for the link. And if we click that, it'll take us out there without using the redirection. So it'll show us where it's actually going. Then the next one over takes us to the redirected URL. So we'll see that it is actually handling right. We'll be able to test clicking. We come on over. We have hits and unique. Now, hits and unique is, you know, the number of times the link is clicked and the number of times it's clicked by unique people. And there's some settings and stuff for that, but generally hits is always going to be a lot higher than unique. Generally, there's a lot of people that open the same link twice. There's a lot of people that refresh the page twice. Different things like that causes the hit number to always be a lot higher than the uniques. And so you need both those numbers. Tells us if it's in a group, what date it's created, and here is the link we're going to use. So I'm going to take this link. Okay, so we're going to copy that link out, and we're going to go to a new tab, and I'm going to put that in the browser bar. And I'm going to hit enter. And what we're going to see here, so it's going to go away, and it takes us to my Facebook page. Yay! Okay, now why would I even want to do that for Facebook? Well, the reason is I control that URL. I control, you know, where it points. And in 3 years, 5 years, when Facebook is no longer around, maybe I want to make sure that all of those links that are floating out in the cyber world all are pointing someplace useful. Okay, maybe I've moved to a new, you know, widgets social media platform, and that's kind of my home social base, and maybe I want all those old links that don't go to Facebook anymore because Facebook isn't around to now go to the right place. So I could point all those links to the right place. Something that I can't do if I have all these Facebook.com links running around, and you can't chase them down. So this is something to consider. Some people even go so far actually as to point a whole domain to their Facebook page so they later can move the domain itself. But for Pretty Link and for what we're doing with WordPress, this works really well, and it's something you're going to like. Now, as you saw that this changed off and shows that I am on Facebook. So this link is not cloaked or masked. This really is not suitable for use with an affiliate program that does not have clean links. Now, some affiliate programs, after you enter the link cleans itself up and it hides all the affiliate coding stuff. But some don't. And so for those, you want to be doing cloaking and masking, which this plugin doesn't provide for. Now, let's take a look at a couple other little tools real quick. I'm back here in, in the link settings. And as I have more links, this will start to fill out. And that's really handy. And there's a search up here that enables you to search against them to find what you're looking for. Again, the search isn't super smart, but it's all right. You sometimes have to think about what words you used, and as long as you fill out the description, you got a better chance of finding the darn thing. So go ahead, play with the search. You'll find it really useful, particularly when you get to the point I'm at, because my primary blog and my primary setup for this, I have over 200 links in there. And forget keeping up with them by hand. It's just not possible. And so the search enables me to really quickly find what I'm looking for, just real direct and forward. Now I'm going to come down under settings, and I'm going to come under pretty link and under options. Now here there's a couple things you'll want to look at. You're first going to come under link option defaults and set up what is default. And the reason you want to set this up is that so that the links made in the dashboard are going to honor these defaults. So by default, yes, I want it to track clicks. Yes, by default, I want it to be no follow. And whether or not by default, I want ones from the dashboard to have a slash. And the third one is whether or not you need to use a prefix. And in most cases, you won't need to. Go ahead and look at the little fine print there, but you'll generally decide that you don't need to do that. The default link type, again, I leave that at 307. I'm going to open up reporting options. Come down here, and this is going to say exclude your IP, and it tells you what your current IP address is. Take that address and put it in the box. You'll need to change this every so often if you're on dynamic addressing, like most people are. And if you're on dial-up, this isn't going to do you a lot of good because you're probably changing every time you dial in. However, in terms of filtering, this helps us exclude the clicks that we make on that link from that click tracking, or else we screw it up every time we open it. This does change semi-regularly, and you have to adapt it, come in once a month or something and give it a look. It's the same as filtering it out of Google Analytics, and I've got a post on that. Filter out robots, yes please. And whether or not you want to whitelist, and that's there. And then tracking style, whether you do normal, extended, or simple click count. And that's really up to you. There's some little information here on that. And later, if you need to trim the database when it gets older, when you've got, thousands of clicks going on, when you've, got a lot of stuff going on, it does add stuff to your database. This is all information that your blog is storing. And so every so often, you might want to clean it all up. It depends on what you're doing. Be careful not to delete all hits if there's stuff in there that's critical, because it's going to take them all with it, and there's no recovering from that. All right, we're going to come back, and we're going to go to Tools. And under Tools, we have a neat feature called the Get Pretty link little bookmarklet. I pick that up, and I drag it up to my toolbar, and I put him in my bookmark bar. And now we're going to go to a page. And in this case, we're going to go back to my Facebook page. And here I'm on my Facebook page, and I'm going to click that little link that says Get Pretty Link. And here we have, it's auto-made a pretty link. It says, this is the address where it goes, and it's auto-made me a shortened link. So if I need to shorten a link on the fly, let's say I'm on any page and I need a short link right now. Now I don't have to go to Bitly. Now I don't have to go to tinyurl. Now I don't have to go somewhere unless I need to custom set what the end slash of this is. If the end slash doesn't matter, I now make a short link just right on the fly. And if I wanted to go one further, I could say, okay, so let's go to Twitter. And we're going to tweet this link. So we're going to open, and it builds a URL. And of course, it's going to tell me, for some reason, it's picking up incompatible browser tonight. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not real typical of it. But we're just going to adapt this just real quick. Oh, and it did pick up Facebook. And we're just going to type, just ask Kim Facebook page. Okay, so if I would put that in there and click tweet, that would go out. Now I'm not going to tweet that because that's off my test blog. Okay, we're not going to do that. But I'd send that out. That would get some clicks. I'd come back into my dashboard. Oops, if I get the right page. And again, we'd come back to Pretty Link and back to Settings. And here you would see we have the first link the first link we made is here. The one we just made on the fly is here. And you'd see if they'd been clicked. Again, we put the one in the browser and clicked it, so it's got a 1 of 1. And the other we didn't send or click, so it's still 0, 0. We know when it was created. And we have these all right here and handy for us. And if there's ever stuff you create on the fly that you don't need later, you very easily hover over this. And there's edit, delete, reset, hits, tweet, and email. and you can just hit delete in there and real quickly get rid of it. It warns you about this because it's going to delete all your stats. That is Pretty Link Lite. And it's just really super handy for when you need to share a blog post or something, when you need to, share anything anywhere. It gives you really friendly links. The truth is, a lot of people are scared to death of Bitly's for very good reason. Because if you're surfing around Facebook and you see a Bitly, you got one or two things going on. Either A, somebody's got something infected they're hiding from you, or B, somebody's got affiliate linked code that they're not revealing. They're not telling you it's their affiliate code, and they're trying to disguise it so that you click it, they get the money, but they're plain fraudulent. So people have gotten nervous of those Bitly links. But when it has your domain name in it, when it looks like it belongs to you, it looks more legit. It looks more, more wholesome per se. I hate to think of a link as wholesome, but it really does. And that helps improve that people are going to follow through on your shortened links. And so between the dashboard tools and these tools, there's a lot of tools here in Pretty Link Lite. Now in the next video, we're going to come back and look at the tools available in Pretty Link Pro for affiliates that are just really awesome. And I'm going to show you how to use those, and we'll take a look at those. All right, this was Pretty Link Lite, and I will catch you again in the next video. I hope you'll leave your comments below, and I'll talk to you soon.